Up tonight is Sue DeLaurentis and Alan Pogue. The title of their presentation is It's Not Just Tricks. Master trick trainer Sue DeLaurentis of Imagine a Horse debuts Visson, the Tennessee walking horse colt, with an amazing rescue to performance story, along with his Palomino buddy, Missouri Foxtrotter Boulet. Learn how enlightened trick horse training can give young horses a solid foundation for a lifetime of performance. Then watch Lady C in their first public exhibition since Sheryl Crow donated this remarkable Tennessee walking horse to Foch. This beautiful 9-year-old black and white double-registered spotted saddle horse has performed around the country, including in front of 55,000 screaming fans at the Houston Livestock Arena, with Sheryl Crow riding out to introduce her concert. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Sue DeLaurentis and Alan Pogue.
Thank you.
Thank you, folks.
Thanks.
In case you can't tell, I'm Alan. This is Sue. Right? And we got this little thing figured out years ago. We could kiss with hats on, but I don't think we can do it with the microphones.
Okay.
And this is Boulet, 2-year-old Missouri Foxtrotter. This is one of Sue's little favorite horses, and it's Viston's pasture buddy. So I'm going to turn this over to Sue, and what we're going to do...
Cards. The cards, honey.
I'm going to turn this over to Sue, and what we're going to try and do for you here in the beginning is kind of pull back the curtain and pick up the tent flap and let you guys get a peek at what it's like to engage and train these young horses. Because, you know, what we love to do, we love to perform, but when we can show you guys something that you can take home with you and you can use with your horses, that's what makes our job complete, right?
Okay. And Boulet, so you guys know, has never been away from home with the exception of traveling to the vet and going to a 4-H show with me. So he's never been in front of a crowd, never heard the loud music, and this is what I would expect from him. So really nice guy. We do a lot of pedestal training because in the training of every species trained by human beings, except traditionally the horse, they all use a place or a mark. If you watch Canine Agility, which is, by the way, modeled after stadium jumping in England, all the dogs come to a place or a mark when they have completed whatever command they were asked to do. All right, so in our opinion, horses being a species that has run away from things for maybe millions of years, they've never had a place to go. So we instill from the very beginning in the horse the desire to go to the pedestal. They like it. They feel bigger and taller up there. It becomes their safe place. So pedestal training that's good, boy. Pedestal training helps to make a horse more nimble on his feet. Now, I didn't plan it exactly this way, but let me show you that again. Very good. Nice variation on the whoa.
And she's exactly right. This is how you can put a whoa on a horse.
Okay, and you might notice I have whips. We sell these whips. We always say that whip is a noun, not a verb, okay, because a lot of times I have to touch my horse. I don't want him to be afraid of the whip, which he's not. I want to be able to touch him, but not sting him and make him mad at me or make him not want to work. So I can touch him with a little whip like this if I want to touch him, and it's not the end of the world. Boulet, walk on.
If you'll notice, that whip she's carrying has kind of a curious end piece on it, that little ball, right? People always say, what's that little ball for? Well, that makes the end of the whip highly visible to the horse.
Step up. And we do almost all of our work at Liberty for a lot of reasons. Step up. Now, I want to show you something, and we do use cookies. Cookie time, buddy. You know how we always under saddle seek for collection, and we want to do exercises that encourage the horse to lift the back, use the belly muscles? Take a look at this. Okay, he goes, what? It's a good beginning, okay? The pedestal is a happy place for him to be. Occasionally he'll get a cookie, gets petted and stroked, turn, walk on. Very good. Walk on. Okay, when we do get a horse on a pedestal, we like to start a series of tricks. Walk on. That to start with what we call the jambette. It's a classical move. It's a leg extension or a salute. Step up. And I'll let Alan tell you what we use this. Oh, honey.
Jambette is a French term. A lot of your classical
Ready?
training comes from
One.
French.
No.
Jambette simply means a leg extension. Okay.
Look. One.
And it is a preliminary move towards some of the
two.
more higher
Very good.
levels of
Cookie time.
equitation. Spanish walk, extended trot. We use it on our gaited horses to teach them really how to lift and kick. She's going to show you how you can teach a horse the difference between his right leg and his left leg, and at the same time teach him the difference between right and wrong.
And what we mean by that is, in this type of training, horses learn to offer us behavior that they have been taught as a way to get our attention. All right? And in the very beginning, he will offer me maybe, one, good, and two, good.
So
okay.
she can teach him right from left, okay? Now, if she asks for his left leg and he gives you his right leg, see, that's wrong, right? And you can tell him, no.
Turn.
Doesn't mean the world's coming to an end. Doesn't mean you've been a bad boy. Just means you happen to be wrong. And so you can very easily and gently and completely teach the horse that when you say no, just simply means try again, right?
Okay, Boulé, walk on. We like to teach moves like that in association with the pedestal, and the reason why is it cuts down on the possibility that the horse will give you a big salute at a time that you don't want it, okay? Boulé, step up. The horses can easily turn with me. Can easily make associations between objects and actions, okay? And so when the horse uses a pedestal, step up, good, up. Now he has to get his feet right in the center of that or it won't work. Ho, no, try again, up. That's okay, up.
You know, when I'm faced with this situation, what I always encourage the horse to do is I say to him, hey, let's try that again.
Ready?
And I always emphasize the let's, because what I want the horse to understand is that
You
I'm
can
not
do it.
going to ask him to go someplace that I'm not willing to go with him.
Okay, so what you do in a situation like this is you can't punish a horse for it. We don't punish. Sometimes we make little corrections. Just going to ask him to walk, give him a little mental break, and we'll just go try that again.
Working a horse at liberty is like the space between the notes. You know, if you had one note just piled
Here.
on top of another, your music wouldn't make much sense.
Boulé. Step up.
So the liberty, asking them to move around at liberty sort of freshens their mind, gives them a chance to regroup.
Up. A lot of people looking at you, aren't there? Huh? Up. You can do it. Good boy. Step around. Good boy. Let's try that again. Boulé. Up. I guess applause isn't going to bother him. You never know. Okay, well, because we have 10 minutes with this horse, then we're going to move on to the other horse. I'm not going to belabor that point. Okay, so we talked earlier today about teaching these gaited horses Spanish walk, and that jambette move that we just did on the pedestal, the salute, is the very first move in that series. And I'll show you a little thing that we use at home that is a lot of fun. It's called a cleat board, all right? Once a horse knows the jambette and can understand left from right, or in this case 1 and 2, we move on to a board to help him target and lift and extend his legs, okay? Boulé, walk with me.
The cleat board
Walk.
is not at all unlike the bar
Ready?
in the
Walk.
ballet studio.
Walk.
If you've ever been to a
And
dance studio,
2.
all the dancers have the bar.
And 1. Very good. Okay, so he completely understood that I said 1 and 2 and 1. No, he's not counting. But we need, in order to teach him the Spanish walk, to count cadence for him and cue the leg that we want. So this helps him understand it, learn to reach for the cleat board. And most horses will turn around and stretch that shoulder and front leg out on that board. It feels really good to them. And I've been working on the Spanish walk, and he thinks that's what I want. Boulé, walk out. I don't know if you can see it, but he's a little bit bewildered watching to see what it is that I want him to do here. Walk on.
The greatest aspect that you can gain from Liberty training is it develops reliability in your horses, increases their self-confidence, and fosters self-expression. And that's one thing that we have really learned with our Liberty horses is if you give these guys an enriched environment, teach them a few things, show them this, show them that, and then just let them go, they're going to show you tricks of their own, right? Okay, quite honestly, when we do a show, the best tricks that we've got are the ones the horses have thought up themselves.
We don't do comedy, but occasionally our horses do.
Yeah. Something that Sue demonstrated there when she was showing the jambette was how the horse learns to work into pressure. You know, a lot of times as trainers, you try to get the horse to yield or to move away from pressure. When a horse has learned to work into pressure, just like right now, she's putting pressure on him to come forward, right? And a horse learns to be confident and do something that he might not normally do. This is a wonderful trick that we use to instill self-confidence in a lot of our trail horses early on. You might put a halter on him, Sue, and hold him.
Yeah,
he's right behind you, right on the ground. Sometimes you have to go back to kindergarten, right?
Doing very good, though, buddy. Here. Up.
What the halter does?
No.
Okay.
Let's try that again.
But did you see how gracefully he negotiated that, right? That's what you'd like in your trail horse, you know? You got him in a tight situation, and he thinks his way out of it.
Now, step. You can do it. I know.
This is one of our beginning level
Good.
pedestals.
That's very good. Now,
you know, that top is about 16 by 20. We've got them down to as small as about 12 by 12.
No, try again. You can do it. Come on. I know. There, very good. Oh,
look at
these
that.
are shaking. That was great,
okay, now,
buddy.
What this is a nice, imagine a horse variation of that classic pose called the end of the trail, right?
Oh, wait. Okay. So this is Boulet's first time away from home. Like I said, first appearance. I thought he did very good. We're going to change horses out here and do a little more pedestal work and go on to do our It's Not Just Tricks presentation.